Hey everyone, Cahlen here, and a few videos ago I talked about how to take care of your mouth without needing to really brush or floss or go to a dentist or any kind of stuff like that, how to avoid getting bad breath, and basically one of the main things that I said was important there was having a good microbiome, which basically means having a good assortment of bacteria which are living in your mouth now and in your stomach. And so basically what that means is, you could get really specific about it and try and learn about what all of the different bacteria do. And at one point that was something that I really looked into, but I basically came to the conclusion that really what was important is that you have a really good variety so that none of them can get out of control. When there's a lot of bacteria all together, they actually start kind of working together. But if you, for example, let's say you take an antibiotic and you wipe out all of the bacteria in your body, and then one bacteria happens to be the one that kind of takes over and repopulates that area of the body. Well, you're going to have specific issues depending on what type of bacteria that was, even though that bacteria would have been beneficial to you in a situation where it was in a balanced biome. So basically, people have been asking me, how did you get a good microbiome so that you don't really need to brush your teeth? Like also on my skin, I don't need to take showers. I take a shower like maybe once or twice a year. I don't really wash my hair. I don't need to wash my clothes. So again, the key is getting as much bacteria on you as possible and not killing it. Okay, so really when it comes down to it, you've got bacteria in the dirt, right? And so you could eat a little bit of dirt and maybe sample dirt from time to time. Don't get so obsessive about needing to be really clean, because that's actually the opposite of healthy for you. We can handle being exposed to bacteria, and including like bacteria from animals. Like I don't worry about being close and cuddling with dogs and stuff like that, or any other type of animal, because I know I got a good diverse microbiome going on, and any bacteria that they're going to add to me are going to be a benefit. They're going to get incorporated into that system. If they become a problem, they're basically going to get taken care of by my immune system and by which includes the assortment of bacteria. That is part of your immune system. So anyways, one way is just be exposed to nature, all kinds of different sources of bacteria on your skin, in your hair, in your mouth, and even on your food, right? So it's all over you. Now, I know a lot of people probably they're not really interested in going down that path. And, I get it. Like at one point, I wouldn't have been so into that, but I live outside. I've been living outside for a year and a half. And basically, I roll around in the dirt, and this is how animals get bacteria on them. In fact, the person who discovered that bacteria on your skin, having a really good diverse microbiome on your skin, is really important for staying clean and not getting stinky and not getting all kinds of, you can get bacterial infections on your skin and stuff like that. He discovered this through watching what animals were doing. And basically, like horses and stuff are rolling around in the dirt so that they get this on them. So anyways, people have developed basically probiotics, which is just usually a pill, which has a different assortments of bacteria in them. And often they have prebiotics, which is just bacteria food, which help the bacteria to thrive once they get into or onto your body. So you can take a pill, and so basically for that, I would just say, so again, it's been a long time since I've really focused on doing this. And once you really only need to do it once. You need to get a good microbiome going all over your body, and then you don't have to keep doing that. You just have to not murder them. So don't take antibiotics unless you're really desperate. Don't drink a lot of alcohol. Don't eat a huge amount of garlic, right? Don't consume or put things on your skin which are going to kill these things. So if you don't do that, then it's basically going to last you the rest of your life. So get the good bacteria. I would say for that, like I'm not going to recommend a specific company or probiotic to use for ingestion, because honestly I don't remember. It's been too long. It's been many years since I've done this. But basically find a company that you trust to make a good decision about what bacteria to give you. Maybe find a couple of them, and then start a regimen of taking that probiotic for a few weeks or a few months. And so that's going to help your insides, your intestines. But I would say if it's palatable, and a lot of these are palatable, you can just open up the capsule and put it into your mouth and leave it in there for a while, and that way you're going to get the bacteria in your mouth, and then you're going to swallow it and it's going to end up in your intestines. Okay, so, and then for the skin and hair and stuff like that, there was a product, I think it was called Mother Dirt or something like that. There are products now, again, several years ago. There's probably lots of them on the market at this point, but basically they're just spray bottles where you spray them on your skin after you wash. Another thing to be aware of is that washing in water that has chlorine in it is going to kill these bacteria. Washing with soap is going to kill these bacteria. So all of these things I don't do. I never, even when I wash, I do not use soap, ever. So anyways, I think that hopefully answers the question. Let me know if you have any more, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please consider sharing it. If you'd like to help me out in a more substantial way, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/gift. And if you'd like to have a one-on-one conversation with me, whether publicly or privately, you can learn how to do so at cahlen.org/one-on-one. Thanks again for watching.